Okay, hi, right, so we've had back again, and we've got two coats on here now. We've got two coats of varnish, which has come out looking quite nice, and that's going to be our final coat. You could put another one as per your wish, but you can see that that's what we're going to do here today. So, we've got there, pecking line. What I've done, if you remember, we marked out the 4 hook places, excuse me, and we've drawn the centre line, so marked on the centre lines. So what we'll do, just clamp it in place, keep it firm when we do this. Just so it's nice and tight, doesn't go anywhere, important. And so what we're going to do, so I've got these are the hooks that I showed you about. And so basically we decided, obviously you've got to get, first of all you've got to get these dead centre. So imagine it's up on the wall, and you've got, when it's on the wall, you've got it nice and level, when it flush horizontally, okay, that's level. And so, with your bubble in the middle, but these, nothing looks worse than if these are out of place and looking a bit wonky and that, it looks awful. So basically what we've done, so I've got my marks, so what I'm going to do, this is a quick, bit easier way to do it. Get my set square, which is a carpenter's square, right, and it's always true, it's always a good one, unless of course you damage it, so you don't want to do that. And this will go straight on, so then you're going to get, what I'm going to get from that is a good square reading, so it's going to be completely 90 degrees with the bottom here, because we have got a flat bottom all the way. Some of you might like flat bottoms, some don't. Basically you've got a hole all the way along, flat and uniform, all done straight. So we go 90 degrees off of that, we're going to get a nice proper right angle, and they will be perfectly upright as long as we hang the whole unit perfectly flush and horizontally level like we say. So I mark them up, mark there, just make sure I've got them marked. What I'm going to do, just a bit of thinking here, there's different ways to do this, but I'm going to do this. I've got my line there, hopefully you can see. I'm going to put a piece of tape, this is just like low tack masking tape, okay? So you'll follow the line I've just gone with the carpenter square, so it goes straight on, right? So I now know that the edge of that is bang on that line and it's like 90 degrees, okay? Just to double check. There you go, eh? She's right on. You can see it there. And what I'll do, I'll continue to do that with all of these. And what we'll do, we'll go one by one. So these hooks, most of these manufactured hooks will have a centre line, or they have some kind of centre point. If you look closely on that, it's beveled, which means it's sort of bumped in the middle. That is from the die cast where they're made, and that is the centre line. So generally you'll find that that is the dead centre. So you can always check that by measuring. I haven't gone too much about this, but so you've got 18mm there, divided by 2, so you want the back of that plate in half is 9mm, so your centre line wants to go, and then you want to have 9mm each side. And that's why I've used the tape, because if I line up, of course, here, making sure, of course, in a minute we're going to measure how high up to go. But if I was to mark that exactly there, dead centre there, dead centre top, right on the edge of the plate, I'm not going to be far off at all. It's going to be fractions of a millimetre, I should hope. So what we'll do, and I'll take my midpoint, so I'll measure halfway down here. I'm taking the top reading there from where we're routed edge to edge, which is 92mm. Half of 92 is 46, okay? Now, so 46 is going to be there, so mark 46 just on the edge there. So for that, that's what I'm going to do. I'll take that across there, and I'll transfer that across quickly. I say there are other ways of doing this, but you do what suits you best, as long as it works and you've got your angles right. Now we've got our centre line there, we know where that is. Obviously we're not marking the wood by doing this, that's a clever thing. So get these nearly right so they all line up. We have got, these are 50, alright? See the back plane here is bang on 50mm, 5cm. So after that's 25. So if you want, you can even put a mark on here and rub it off after. Measure 25 down from the top to bottom. I'll do that this way now. 25mm. Which is also 1 inch as it happens, so these are 2-inch plates, 25mm to there. I've got my pencil mark, and I'll transfer that pencil mark, so you see it, there's the line just marked. pencil line around there and onto the front. Alright, so there we have it. So then I've got my line there, my mark. I can get that on there, line it up with the line we put on there, halfway there, moulding centre line in the middle, and that's first one spot on. What I'll do for now, just mark 1 on the tape. That is our top hole. If you get that right, you can't go too far wrong, and obviously ensure you got it right, and then mark the second one, and then we'll do that. Okay, and there you go, and you continue that along for the other 3 as well till all 4 are the same. You move on there, let's put this on, remind you. So, and then measure out the tape line on there, that's 90 degrees, and measure out the hooks again. Measure out your size and the centres and the depth. Okay, and then hopefully, and then we'll fix them in. We'll see you there. Okay, so I marked them all out, ladies and gentlemen. We've got them now there, so into the angles can now be fitted in. Done these 2 as well. I've also gone through the brad hole again, which remember I used earlier in the other tutorial, earlier on. So make sure they're nicely defined. This is softwood, so these will push in quite nice. You can actually use these marks as like a pilot hole. So you should be okay here, the wood's fairly thick. Now, talking about that, the wood being 30mm or just under, around about 30, these are 30mm screws, which basically will go through, but they're going to be raised slightly obviously because you've got this, they're going to sit, you know, 2-3mm higher. You don't want any screws any longer than your piece of wood, of course, so these will be raised up anyway, so they're not going to protrude through the other side. Okay, the rule of thumb always with screws, and whatever you're doing, whatever you're fixing, so you're fixing a piece of batten or 2 pieces of wood together, 1/3 of above on the top of what you're screwing, so the top piece of wood, 1/3 into that, to get us secure to the bottom piece you're screwing into, should be 2/3 the length of the screw. So the top is 1/3, and so you want to go twice as far into the bit below, minimum, as you are screwing in from the top, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use a drill for this, so I'll do it very slowly, using a power drill in a low setting. This other one, these quite nice screws which I use, but be careful here, you don't rush it. You can do it by hand of course with a normal screwdriver, posi screwdriver. Gently bent me. They're in. I normally finish them off with a hand screwdriver anyway. And then the next one, number 2, much the same. This thing will fit. Screwdriver I've got there, that's my new one. Right, and we'll carry on and we'll do the rest, and then we should all be in shape. Okay, so here we are, we have our coat hook. Put all 4 in, following the screw holes we made and everything, and all the marks, and not too bad at all. Looking okay then, looking nice with 4 nice hooks to hold our coats on. Let's have a little look, see, all the varnish obviously dried out and things. We've got the 2 fixing holes, number 1 into my screwdriver, number 2, which will be enough. So I drilled the holes earlier, if you remember I said. It's all looking good and the varnish came out nice as well. It's all looking okay. So we're now going to fix that to the wall, okay? Okay, so we get back in place. Put my screw holes where we said. So what we're going to do now, I've got the 2 holes I made up there, remember from earlier where I marked them. I've drilled them, and now we're going to put in the raw plugs. The 6mm raw plugs, which suit a 6mm drill bit. Reds are generally 6. Sometimes they used to be 5mm, but they're now 6mm generally. You give them a tap, which is quite important. You've seen people do that. So the screw will bite better. All right. And we are using 50mm for these. 50mm screws. You can go through, because obviously then they will protrude the other side. Very nicely. They're going to countersink, so they're going to sink in as well. So we'll start them off. And I'll get the screwdriver, the power tool, and we'll get them in. Okay. What I always do, always have done since I learnt myself, put them through first, so they're just poking out the back. So just like that, see? The reason I put them through, so they're just poking through like that, you can locate the raw plugs a lot easier and quicker, and you'll get it right first time. It's a lot easier. If you practice it, you'll see what I mean. So we'll make sure it's dead in place. Practice and trial and error. You'll get, I mean obviously, what is that? You have the level as well, which you'll get even better. I think I can see what we're doing here anyhow. So yes, got that level. The raw plugs, just touching the raw plugs. They've countersunk, like I said. It's very solid, nicely firmly fixed into a brick wall. Thank you, and there you have it. A new Coatrack built, designed, executed, stained, varnished, fixed and fitted by G-TEC Building for yourselves as well, to help you out a bit. We can get a nice amount of coats on there. I'll try and add a picture at the end with the coats on. You notice I've done the same colour. That antique pine stain is the same as the door frame and everything else, and the door I fitted. So, thank you very much. Thank you for your company. gtecbuilding.com. We'll find us on Facebook. Bye.